Hello, here is an example from 6.3, sampling distributions of probabilities. Okay, so I have here 3 randomly selected households are surveyed, and the number of people in the households are 2, 3, and 10. Assume that samples of 2 are selected with replacement from the population of 2, 3, and 10 and construct a probability distribution table that describes the sampling distribution of the proportion of even numbers when the samples of size n equals 2 are randomly selected. Does the mean of the sample proportions equal the population proportion of even numbers? Do the sample proportions target the value of the population proportion? And does it make a good estimator of the population proportion? So when I copy and paste into Excel, this is all that the problem gives me. But I need to create this probability distribution table, and so I'm going to add some more columns. We're looking for the proportion of even numbers, so I'm going to put my statistic proportion of even, and then I'm going to put it again over here along with a probability column. All right, so now I'm going to look for the proportion of even numbers in each sample. 2, 2, they're both even, so the proportion of even numbers is 1. 2, 3 is my next sample, and the proportion of even numbers there is 0.5. The proportion of even numbers for 3, 3 is 0. All right, I think I've got all my proportion of even numbers for my samples. Now I'm going to take each distinct proportion. Notice that there are 3 of them. There's a 0, there's a 0.5, and there's a 1. And I'm only going to list each of those once. And then I'm going to find the probability of drawing 0, 0.5, or 1 from this list. In this list, there are 9 samples, and 0 occurs only once. So the probability of drawing a 0 is 1 out of 9, or 1/9. There are 4 0.5s. Oops. 4/9 is the probability, and there are 4 1s. All right, and these should add up to 1, and they do. Now, let's put this in and see if it is right. We have a 0, a 0.5, and a 1, and they do want fractions here. We had 1/9, 4/9, and 4/9. Okay, and we'll check that. If they like it. Sorry about the noise. Now they're asking us to choose the correct answer below. we're looking at the proportion of even numbers, and they want to know if the proportion of even numbers in the population is equal to the mean of the sample proportions. Well, we need to find the mean of the sample proportions. So let's do that. In the next column, we're going to say proportion times probability, and we're going to do that multiplication. Drag it down. And to find the mean, we have to add it up. Add up the products. So 0.6667, that is going to be 2/3. This is the mean of sample proportions, which is going to be 2/3. All right. Now let's look at our population. Remember, our population are just the three numbers 2, 3, and 10. And in this population, the proportion of even numbers is 2/3. Notice that the mean of the sample proportions is equal to the population proportion. So I believe that's D. They're going to ask one more question here. It says, choose the correct or the true answer below. Well, since these are equal, the sample proportions target the population proportion of even numbers. The sample proportions do make good estimators. So, they target and they make good estimators. So that's C. Okay? Best wishes. I hope this helps.